Donald Trump is the fucking president.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Three Geeks Podcast. It's Jason, joined by Max.
What's up?
We don't have the usual crew. Yesterday was crazy with magic, and I didn't feel like looking at people anymore.
I'm going through more magic right now. I can't even stop.
So we got a few topics. Max saw Glass, so we're going to discuss that a little bit, not spoilery. And then we're going to talk the new Ghostbusters movie and Spider-Man Far From Home trailer, even though we discussed it already. But we feel like we should have it on the main podcast, too.
Oh, okay.
For our iTunes listeners that don't get that
All right,
extra flavor.
Yeah.
Today's podcast is brought to you by 3geeks.ninja. Jump on over there. I got a review of the Kindergarten Teacher coming up. It's a Netflix exclusive with Maggie Gyllenhaal. It's pretty good. Yeah, so jump in. What's that?
What is it?
It's about a kindergarten teacher who starts taking a poetry class, and she's going through some kind of midlife crisis, and one of the students in her kindergarten class is really good at poetry. So she goes way beyond what's okay as a teacher and starts, like, more or less kidnapping this kid to take him to poetry events and then having him spend the night. She, like, takes him into the bathroom to practice poetry with him. It is... She's off her rocker, but it was really good. It's one of the better Netflix movies. They're definitely moving more towards that market.
Maggie Gyllenhaal is like...
Hit or miss.
Is like chicken crisis. Isn't she? Like, a lot, you know? Yeah, I don't know, it's weird. Anyway,
Any excuse she gets in this movie to take her clothes off, she takes it.
Okay, I'm down for that.
I thought maybe that this movie was going to go further into this weird relationship with the kid. Thank God it didn't, because that would have been too much for me.
Yeah, no, I might check that out. That's I know I like Maggie Gyllenhaal a lot, but
It's definitely Netflix's attempt at an Oscar, but it's not even being looked at. Which
it
wasn't the
at least
best
they're taking
movie.
shots, you know. I guess they're taking, you know, they're trying to step up their freaking dramas.
All right, so 20 years ago, Unbreakable came out.
Right.
A little bit after that, 18 or so years later, we got Split.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got the finale of this trilogy, which Split is one of the best villain origin stories I have ever seen. I think it might be the only one.
Yeah, I was discussing this with another friend of mine. Name. Yeah, have you watched Glass yet? You haven't seen it yet?
I haven't seen Glass
okay,
yet.
No,
I'm just talking Split.
Right. Split was Empire Strikes Back. That's what Split was, and it was so good. And I knew James McAvoy was like a good actor. I just hated pretty much everything he was in. So, like, when he was in Split, I was like, okay, man, I knew you had some chops. I knew they kept hiring you for a reason, but all the crap that they put you in, you know, he's in Wanted, you know? Everyone remember that tragedy?
Never saw it.
Good. Read the comic book. Don't worry about that stupid movie.
One of the things I really liked in Split, and I heard that they do it more so in Glass, is how quickly he goes from personality to personality with, like, no time in between.
Dude, okay.
And I heard in Glass he's going rapid fire through the personalities.
We're not doing spoilers, are we?
No.
Oh my goodness.
I don't consider that a spoiler.
Why are we even doing this right now? You haven't seen the movie and we're not doing spoilers. Why are we even doing this right now?
But one of the things that was awesome about Split is I didn't know about the Unbreakable
Liz, can you believe
connection.
This guy?
Did you know the Unbreakable connection when you watched Split?
No, I had no idea. And that was so cool. Again, and it's the same way that Unbreakable did what it did. And, you know, Unbreakable is cool because of that slow creep, and you don't really know what's going on, and you don't know it's a superhero movie until, like, the end. And then, you know, you get Split, and it's this crazy, you know, thing, and at first it's just a, you know, the psycho killer movie, you know, and this, you know, he's insane. He's got multiple personalities, and you know.
Yeah, which was good in and of itself.
Oh, yeah, and it's awesome, and it's very well done, and you know, and all that good stuff. And you're like, yeah, that's a great movie. And then he pulls the Shyamalan on you. And it's like, oh, it's part of Unbreakable. Oh, he's actually a superhero or supervillain. He can actually, you know, do these things. Like when the Beast is revealed, you know, in Split, it's like, oh wow, I didn't know you could do that. Like, yeah, so that was totally cool. And then at the end of that, so he double twisted on you. He's like, oh yeah, and this is also part of the whole Unbreakable story.
Yeah, and that was a shame that McAvoy did not get nominated for any awards that season, because his performance was amazing.
Yeah. Oh no, he's good. He's so good, and Glass, it's only better.
Okay.
He is a lot better.
All right, so let's get into Glass a little bit. Like I said, non-spoilers. But how is I would say the directing and writing? Like, how is Shyamalan in this movie?
All right. Now it does hit. Okay, it hits all it hits all the Shyamalan points, good and bad. So there's like four or five moments in this movie where you're just like, come on, and it takes away a little bit from it, but overall it's pretty good. And they also hammer home this comic book side too much, because like they kind of go like, oh well, in a comic book then this would happen, and then that happens, and then you're just like so there's a lot of that, and then that's the worst part of it really. And it's solid. It's good. It's just real good. Like it fits right in the universe. I still think Split is better, but that's not taking away from this. Split was just Empire Strikes Back. You know, like what are you supposed to do when they drop Empire Strikes Back on you? Like, you just got to close it out with class.
Gotta give us some Ewoks and see what happens.
There's no Ewoks, so we're cool there. But there's
Spoiler
also
alert in case you thought there was Ewoks.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. We said no spoilers. I'm so sorry. We're gonna get blasted. Yeah, you just gotta close it out with class, and yeah, like probably the worst part of the movie, absolute worst part of the movie is M. Night Shyamalan himself in the movie.
Oh yeah, he's always in these movies.
Yeah, and you're a director. You're a writer, director. That's what you do.
It's okay if you do like the Hitchcock and have like a picture of yourself in the background, or if you're like in a lobby just standing.
Look, or yeah, you know, you don't.
Wes Craven, who was a janitor in Scream.
Yeah, no speaking. Or I mean, you know, because he wasn't in Unbreakable, it wasn't intrusive. He's just like, oh, okay, and then he leaves, you know, and that's cool. But now you're like, oh.
So the question on everybody's mind is, how's Bruce Willis in this movie? Do we get trying Bruce Willis? Or do we get his secretary phoning in his performance?
No, he's
Is he done?
Okay, look. Bruce Willis can only act so much anyway. You know? He was never the fucking Shakespearean thespian people make him out to be at some point in time. I don't know. I'm guilty of it too. But yeah, so I think we get the best Bruce Willis he could muster right now.
Okay.
So
is he the character done?
But yeah, he's that guy.
Okay.
He's that guy. And yeah, I wasn't mad at him, but then also he's up against James McAvoy just fucking owning everything he does. So that's not fair. Because even you know, Samuel L. Jackson, who's a very, you know, like boisterous character, doesn't hold up to James McAvoy's performance.
Yeah, I heard that even though the movie's called Glass, it's more of a McAvoy's movie.
Yeah, yeah. So he refuses to be outshone in this movie, and it's cool. It's totally cool.
How's Samuel L. Jackson?
He's all right. But then like where it kind of goes off the rails a little bit, it's more the directing and the editing, I think, than his performance. I thought he did all right. Everybody's back. Everybody who's ever been in these movies is back. So it's really cool that it took so long, because they flash back using actual footage from the first movies and put it in there, and you're like, holy crap, that's that kid, or you know, and he grows up, and that's really, really cool. So yeah, that was also awesome, and all the supporting characters are good. So there's also that.
I can't wait, man. So this movie is a hit. It did $40-some million at the box office, which is what you want an M. Night Shyamalan movie to do.
I mean, how much did it cost to make? It couldn't have been that much to make because like the effects. There's only 2 or 3 scenes where they're using some CG because McAvoy's going up against Willis, and they kind of gotta tear up the stuff, but it's not really that effect heavy. So it couldn't have been that expensive to make.
So M. Night Shyamalan has had 3 hits in a row, 2 hits with critics, 1 not so big with critics, which was Split, but I think Glass. I think that was just the ending that was more divisive with the people. But so is M. Night Shyamalan back? Like, are you looking forward?
No.
Are you looking forward to the next M. Night movie?
No, I'm not. I'm not. Because I don't know how much more he's got in him. It took how many? 20 years, okay? It took 20 years for him to get his juju back to make Split.
Well, to be fair, he followed up Unbreakable with The Village.
It's like that's what I'm saying. He did Unbreakable, he did The Village, he did freaking Sixth Sense. All those. I like The Village. It wasn't.
I'm just kidding. I said you would.
Yeah, I do. But I like The Village. I like all his the Shyamalan core of movies. But then he kind of just goes off on this thing, and it took him 20 years to find it again. And then now he's made 2 movies, 2 good movies, Split and Glass.
3. The Visit was good, but you hadn't seen that. It's more of a horror film.
Okay, yeah, cool, sure, we'll count it. But that's the core of good movies. And then what's coming next? Let's think historically here. We have a lot of historical evidence. I'm not excited for the next M. Night movie.
What if the next movie is a sequel to The Sixth Sense, and we find out that his superpower is talking to dead people, and then the lady in the water, and then we get M. Night Shyamalan Avengers. Yeah.
Where it's like all of his movies are one universe.
And the Wind comes to team up with them.
Okay, yeah. The Wind teams up with the bad guys.
Oh, there you go. There you go. We're writing this gold.
Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, you leave out the Wind. And you actually might have something. I'm not kidding. Like it could work. Like all of it. I mean, okay, so the aliens landing would be kind of weird to put in the universe and nobody else knew about it. But of course, you could just put that at the end. Of course, I don't know what time did they set that movie at.
I don't know.
Huh. So if you put it at the end, like everything runs into what was the movie? Signs.
Mm-hmm.
Then
maybe
could be because everything else is contained enough. So if you go Glass into Signs,
the stupidest aliens in the world.
Yes.
Fuck that movie. Why are aliens landing on the place that has 70% their weakness? It's ridiculous.
Dude, like we bleed there. Like it's like the we're like the aliens. You know what I'm saying? Like acid blood.
All right, what else we got? So Geek It out of 3.
Oh. Actually, no. We'll give it 2 out of 3 because I don't think it's for everybody, and there is some super dumb stuff in there. So, 2 out of 3. Not great, and you don't have to rush and go see it. But I definitely recommend it. I enjoyed it. I mean, the ending is what it is. I can't spoil it for you right now, but yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot, and I thought it just sealed the deal, and yeah, no, it was good. It was a solid flick. 2 out of 3.
I can't wait to go. So, we got a surprise this week. So, Ghostbusters was rebooted back in 2016. All-female cast.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was pretty good. It was fine.
I still haven't seen it.
It was funny. So, a lot of quietness. And then just out of the blue, we get a teaser trailer for Ghostbusters coming out in 2020. Directed by Ivan Reitman's son, Jason Reitman, who's responsible for one of my favorite movies of all time, which is Juno. And he makes really good character-driven movies, and I would love to see a Ghostbusters character-driven movie. They've announced that it's going to revolve around 4 teens, so it's kind of a Stranger Things feeling is what I'm getting out of it. And the original Ghostbusters are going to be offered the chance to return, which I think Ernie Hudson and Dan Aykroyd are safe bets.
Yeah.
Or Keith David.
Yeah, no, that would be, oh my goodness, I would love it so much. So much. I'm sorry, Ernie Hudson, but you depressed me to my core. It would be hilarious if Keith David got the job. I would just die laughing.
You'd be laughing through the whole movie. You'd think it was the funniest thing.
Yes, I'm like, this is the greatest film of all time.
And apparently Bill Murray has softened on the idea of coming back. Because I guess him and Aykroyd are going to be in Zombieland 2 together, which is coming out this year.
Okay. I think if you make it good, you know, like, you just got to bring the guy to the table. You know, like, say he's old and he's rich. He doesn't have to do anything he doesn't want to do. So, you know, that you got to make it something he wants to do, and that's if you can, you know, they get the right guy writing it, you know, they get the right guy directing it. I'm down. I hope it's good.
I think Jason Reitman's a perfect choice. He was in the original movies because his dad was the director.
No, I mean, sure.
So it's like a perfect passing of the torch. I mean, it's a shame that Harold Ramis wouldn't be around for this, but
right.
Apparently they were really close to making Ghostbusters 3 right before he died. They were deep into the process.
Well, okay.
But no, it was cool. We got a trailer, we got a release date, so this movie is coming. So
yep, I'm down. I'm not the biggest Ghostbusters fan, like, you know, but it was just good. You know, it was funny back in the day to me. I still, you know, like when I hear that, yo, love, I always think about Ghostbusters. So there's.
I even like the sequel.
What
the one where they...
Ghostbusters 2, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I was... Yeah.
And the Ghostbusters video game was a good...
I never played that.
Third game. It follows more of the Gozer story after the events of 2.
But yeah, so I'm down. Hopefully it's good. And maybe I need to watch the latest Ghostbusters
It was
movie.
Funny.
Yeah, I don't know why. You know,
Bill Murray was really good in it.
Yeah,
Bill Murray's always good, though. No, that was Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, okay.
Bill Murray actually has a substantial part.
Okay.
Dan Aykroyd has one line.
That's okay. So you're telling me that they got Bill? Like, that's so dumb the way they did it. I'm sorry.
He plays a guy who doesn't believe in ghosts.
Okay.
But he's in it a lot.
Funny.
He's trying to shut down the Ghostbusters.
Right. That's cool.
Bill Murray is funnier than Dan Aykroyd. I'm sorry, I said it.
No, I mean, it's whatever. But like, they had everybody. And wasn't Harold Ramis alive? No, he's been dead.
Because they switched to the reboot when he died.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, like, I mean, you had it. So why did you do that? You could have just had them. Anyway.
Now, the mistake with the female Ghostbusters movie is that they rebooted it. They should have done it 20 years after the events of Part 2.
No, that's what I'm saying.
And then you wouldn't have had so much hate.
Because you had everyone in the movie anyway. So why not just have them be the Ghostbusters? And they help these other Ghostbusters out. Like, I don't see how. Like, I don't see why they did that. Because you could have just had everyone play their original characters.
So this one is learning from that mistake. Everything that happened, and there's going to be 2 females, 2 male Ghostbusters in the leads, and then the other people will play.
And dog,
maybe
Slimer.
Slimer's back. I think Slimer was in the trailer.
All right.
So I'm down. I am excited.
Dude, I want a resurgence of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I want him to like come back. It's like, what, round 2?
They could take cues from the video game because Gozer was back and they were learning more about Gozer. So
we'll see how it goes. I'm down.
Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah, I'm down for this too.
Yeah, this looks good.
I mean, like the first trailer, so you see Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio. I didn't even know Jake Gyllenhaal was in this movie, so that's cool. And yeah, you see some big battle stuff. He plays Mysterio, Jake Gyllenhaal does, so I'm guessing that none of that is real. And yeah, it looks good. If
you watch the trailer, there's no real time frame of where this movie takes place, and I like that. Kind of keep us guessing.
It's probably just gonna be after.
It's probably gonna be after, but they are taking points to hide dates and stuff so that they want you to keep guessing.
Yeah, I mean, unless.
But
this is some crazy alternate universe. I really want it to be that. I want it to be that so bad, but it doesn't look like that at all.
If this is after Infinity War's events, I don't think can be ignored. So if they do find a way to fix the snap at, the sacrifice of somebody else or whatever, I want these characters to remember what happened. Because it's such an impact that, you can explore that. Like, what does that do to you?
Yeah.
So.
I mean, this is going to be a little bit of a missed opportunity to me, just because it would be so cool if they went like Secret Wars or or again like Annihilation Verse, like I talked about in previous podcasts. I'm not sure. I wish I could. That'd be cool if we had a listen to issue 58. But yeah, no, it'd be cool if they just went alternate universe with it. I don't think they're going to, but I think that would be super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
but
guys.
I'm down for this movie though. I mean, everything looks cool. It all looks like good stuff.
The Marvel 1-3 punch in like a 4-month span. They did it last year and it worked really well for them. So
hey, keep the ball rolling. I mean, and the thing that Marvel has over Star Wars is they have also figured out the way to make different movies. And I mean, like, yeah, they all have the Marvel feel, but like one's a spy movie, one's an like the yada yada
one's
movie.
a comedy,
right? So they do that pretty well, so you don't get stale on it, because like that's the problem that Star Wars has, and it's where I think they missed out an opportunity with the Han Solo movie, where those guys are making it a comedy, and that was going to be something different, and I think people would have accepted that a lot better than what we got, just because it would have had a different feel to it, but it's still been Star Wars.
It's so weird to take a movie from Phil Lord and Chris Miller. I mean, on the outside looking in, it's like, how could you guys do that? These guys are 100%.
They're spitting. They're like the 5 hottest rappers in New York right now. They're Dylon, and Dylon. That's Lord and Miller right now.
Like they haven't had a misstep, at least critically and box office wise. So like, how do you let them go? I mean, I don't understand.
I don't know. I don't know.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was a home run. I mean, I know they produced it, but they were heavily involved in the writing and directing process too.
Yeah, no, I love Spider-Verse. That's so good. I was just yelling at my friends for going to see Glass instead of Spider-Verse. Like, I was like, you haven't seen Spider-Man yet, and you went to see Glass? Are you stupid? Like,
yeah, I even put a poll in our podcast group. It's like, what do you do instead before you see Glass? See Spider-Verse or see Spider-Verse a second time?
I voted see Spider-Verse a second time.
I would
even vote see Spider-Verse a 5th time.
Scott taught me that you could vote for both, so I went back and changed my vote.
But yeah, that's it's super good, and those guys are just doing good things, and they're cranking it out. So I mean, why not? And why would you? Anyway, so
Max is in charge the next 2 weeks, guys. So good luck with that.
Yeah, it's probably just not going to happen then, I guess.
Max, Dan, and Scott will be in my basement doing the podcast.
If the world explodes, I'm sorry. I tried my best.
All right, everybody, have a great day.
And recycle your droids.
Say hi to Arc Matter.